What's up guys, Tony with MTB dropping here, and today I am at a school sessioning some stuff with some buddies of mine. If you guys saw my last video on how to do a bunny hop, or 2 videos ago, you guys flooded the comment section with a question that I felt powerless to help you guys out with.
Check this out, Joe.
And that question was, you know, there were questions pertaining to people's weight, there are questions pertaining to people's limitations when it comes to having short arms and stuff like that, and I just kept getting the same question over and over. Hey, a guy who is struggling with weight learn to bunny hop? Can I bunny hop? Is it possible? And I felt kind of powerless to kind of help you guys out with this because I'm not really struggling with that issue as of right now. So how can I help you guys? How can I answer that question? So it was kind of cool. I have a buddy, he stepped up to the plate and he was like, dude, I can kind of address that issue for you. And it's my buddy Ram over here, and he's gonna kind of talk about that. You know, he's a kind of a bigger guy, stocky, you know, one of those guys. And like he's a really good rider. And so today we're gonna talk to him today about how, you guys who are maybe struggling with being a little bit overweight and learning to bunny hop and learning to do these skills. Guys, and this is a video I want to help. I'm not trying to shame anyone or anything like that. This is purely because I truly want to help you guys, but coming from me and answering this question didn't seem right. So I wanted to get some guys that have a little bit more experience to help you out with that. Alright guys, so I got Ram and Joe with me right here, and they are 2 guys who are pretty beefy compared to me, make me look like a shrimp, okay? So they a little bit better, for them to kind of help you out than me at this point with, these questions that you guys are sending my way. So let's bring up Ram over here. Let's get him over here. All right, Ram. So I had these comments, people asking me, okay, I'm a bit overweight, and I'm struggling with learning to bunny hop. Now, is it going to be impossible or harder for me to learn to bunny hop, if I'm struggling with a weight issue here and there? Because you said you've battled with weight and everything like that before. You said you were. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I guess weight does hold you back in a bit, but for the most part, I mean, it's really just practicing, and being heavier is not going to stop you from doing it. What's going to stop you from doing it is you not practicing. And
now, how would you say, like, someone who is struggling with weight, like they think like, oh my gosh, like, I might get hurt a little bit easier than the other person. Is there a certain, way that they can do things in order to stay a little bit safer while learning to, bunny hop? Like do it in the grass? I don't know.
Yeah, probably just practice in the grass. Yeah, I mean, it's all technique. It's really learning the technique first, and then applying it to your trail ride or your street ride, whatever floats your boat on the rides,
Now, is there an advantage as well to maybe being heavier? Because I notice with myself and being so light, I feel like that I have disadvantages on the trail. Now, is there any advantages that you get in maybe learning to bunny hop because you have more weight? Or
I mean, I guess, having more weight is beneficial. You can preload and pop off a lot, with using your weight for the preload,
Would you say that preloading is a little bit more effortless? You have to think about it.
Well, I don't think it's effortless. I think it's you could put a little more into it. Mm-hmm. There's a difference of, obviously our weight and bunny hopping. I mean, I might be able to get. It really depends on the skill, because really the size. I mean, depending on how your skills are, you can still bunny hop pretty high. I'm just saying that, I guess when we're talking about weight, use it to your advantage.
Yeah, gotcha.
And that's everything. In the trail riding and technical areas, it's not just bunny hopping.
So what about you, Joe? So again, guys, this is Joe. We got the Texas shirt on, looking rad. So how has it been for you with, because you can bunny hop, I think I've seen you do some stuff, and we're gonna show you guys right now what they can do, but I just wanted to get, do you have any tips for anyone or words of encouragement for anyone?
Yeah, I've been a bigger guy my whole life. And I grew up riding and racing BMX. I've never felt that it held me back whatsoever. If anything, I felt like it was a little bit of an advantage. Because, you're a bigger guy, you got strong legs. You got to carry your heavy body around all day, so you usually got stronger legs. You can use those legs as leverage a lot, when you're working your bunny hop, you get that front end up, you muscle it up the rest of the way with your legs, and it's no problem. I've never felt it held me back at all, and I mean, as far as anybody that's trying to get into it and trying to work up the courage to get out there, and work on things, I would say don't worry about it, man. Just get out there, practice a lot, it's like anything else, repetition. The more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it, and it's just gonna start clicking once you start working away at it. And then, and if you're afraid of crashing, hey man, it's part of it. You're gonna crash, you're gonna get hurt. It sucks, but you know what? You learn and then you move on, And not only that, if you're a bigger guy, you got a little more padding, man. So, you know what I mean? You're gonna got a little something to cushion that fall. So
I never thought about it that way. I always thought like, well, I'm a littler guy, so I don't go down as hard. So maybe that's why I could get back up sometimes a little bit easier. Would you say that learning to bunny hop has more to do with technique than it does anything else?
Absolutely, absolutely. Your body type, it might hold you back a little bit, especially if you're a little bit heavier. But I mean, if you got that technique dialed, man, that's going to outweigh, what your body composition,
Yeah, and that's what I think.
9 times out of 10.
And that's what I think where you use that way to your advantage.
Yeah.
It's more repetitious, man. I think technique does outweigh how the size of the person, because I'm sure there's guys that are bigger than me that know how to freaking bunny hop and tear. I mean, they know technique. But I feel like on the heavier sized guys, you need to use what you have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So you can so you would definitely say that you could use that weight to your advantage.
I think so. I mean, it's adapting to it. When you say that, I mean, you're a bigger dude. I mean, you learn how to maneuver a little bit different in turns, cornering turns, bunny hops, manuals. I mean,
and not only that, as far as, being heavier, you learn these things, you use your technique to learn how to bunny hop, and you get good, at your technique, and you get good at bunny hopping or doing whatever other skill it is you're trying to learn. If you're going to the links to try to learn tricks and jibs and jabs and do other stuff, riding a mountain bike, you're eventually going to lose weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna get lighter. You're gonna see those pounds come off, especially if you're doing it a lot. Because it's an awesome cardio workout. So you're gonna see those pounds come off, and then when you do lose that weight, man, with the skills you've developed and that weight that you've lost, man, you're gonna be, better, just as good, if not better than anybody else on the trails. You're gonna have that advantage there.
I think it's the burst workout too, right? It's like if you can sit out there and do like 8 miles of bunny hops and like skills.
Yeah, all these little things that we do, all these little manuals and bunny hops and stuff like that. It's all sprint work,
Yeah, definitely.
It's like a sprint workout.
Tired within like a couple minutes.
So what I think I hear these guys saying, just getting out there and learning slowly at your own pace, definitely keeping your weight into consideration, because fact of the matter is, we know the law of gravity. If you're heavier, you're gonna go down harder. So you do definitely gotta be careful, for sure, I would say, in a whole different way. What you're saying is that because you're getting out there and you're taking those steps and you're going slowly at your pace, you're slowly gonna acclimate anyway, lose weight, become coordinated, and you're going to train yourself to be able to eventually execute what you're trying to execute. And one of the things I say on this channel, guys, it's like every failure is one step. I'm trying to get Rom in this video. Well, every failure is one step closer to making it happen. Like, I literally think I will mess up and mess up and mess up and mess up. I'm like, well, that's just one I can scratch off the board now. Well, let's go check them out. Let's see them do some bunny hops, and let's get to see some good riding, I guess. Oh, geez, I felt the ground on that one. You guys can't tell, but it says 18.5 right there. All right, guys, so we've been like looking around, going around the school, trying to find things to bunny hop over, and they just set up these logs over here. So we're gonna see like if they can like do it, because that would be pretty cool. All right, bunny hop challenge time. Woo! Ah!
Well, growing up, I was BMX, freestyle, flatland, dirt jumping. I'm 49 now. At 45, I was probably pushing like 265. And since then, 49 now, I'm about 210 now. 210 to 215. So I've lost a lot of weight just getting on the bike and playing and having a good time and having fun.